what you find on the, like, testicles.
So basically, like, when you start up Tekken 7, the buttons aren't like fully mapped for some reason, so some of the buttons don't work, and so we have to dial it back from X input to D input or whatever, and put it back on X input, and it should work again. So now let's go back to practice mode. So quick overview of the Mayflash F101. It's made by Mayflash, very popular company for making arcade sticks. You know, we probably already know of the Mayflash F300 or F500, and also like the F300 Elite. And this stick is basically like the cheapest option that they have, cheaper than F300 and, you know, the rest of the arcade sticks that they've made. So I want to make this video for the people considering getting this stick, because it's not really talked about a lot. This stick isn't talked about a lot in the arcade stick community or the FGC community. So in this video, I'll be talking about how the stick feels and how good the stick is for like a beginner arcade stick user. Because I'm also a beginner arcade stick. This is my first arcade stick. So, oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is my basically, like, I've only been playing this on the stick for like a week, so I'm still pretty bad. Yeah. So let me show you some gameplay first. Just some basic combos, wave dashing. 50-50. So yeah, I'm still pretty bad, but Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, I'm still pretty bad, and I'm still need to learn how to use the arcade stick. Like, for example, I can't really backdash in player 2. It's just really hard for me to do. Good slowly, I guess. I don't know if it's because I'm bad. I mean, I know I'm bad, but I don't know if it's also like the MayFlash Lever itself being bad. And like, it's not a bad stick, but it's not as good compared to like a, you know, Samurai GLF or any other lever. But it works. It's not like it's just like terrible or unusable. Let me go to player 1. Oh shit, wrong one. Let me turn backdash in player 1. It's pretty easy. You'll see there's like my Korean backdash gets cancelled. I'll get to why that happens in a bit. Wave dash in player 1 is also pretty hard, same with Korean backdash in player 2. Because I'm bad, but also it could be the lever. And the reason why I say that is because one of the biggest problems with this lever is when it returns to neutral. As you can see right there, I'm flicking the stick back. Sometimes it inputs the opposite direction. So sometimes when you're Korean backdashing or wave dashing, it will get cancelled because it's gonna input the opposite direction, and that's really bad. Because when you're doing like a Korean backdash, it'll get cancelled. Sometimes you'll do like instead of a backdash, you do a forward dash. Or like a sidestep, because yeah, like, it's just not like, it's a big like a big downside on this lever. The buttons, to be honest, they feel okay. I haven't really experienced any like good arcade buttons. This is like my first arcade stick, and they feel fine, honestly. Really spammable. if you just tap them like this, they feel okay, but when you like push them down slowly, don't know if you can hear it, but they feel kind of sticky when you push them down slowly, like, oh shit. Yeah, it doesn't feel good when you push it down slowly, so if you just tap it, it feels fine. So this stick is supposed to be very moddable, and I say that with a question mark because, well, my copy, my unit, doesn't come with a 5-pin connector on a PCB. Like what the I'm just like, what the fuck? Like every video and image I've seen of the F101 has a 5-pin connector on the PCB right next to like a 8-pin, right? And for some reason mine doesn't have that. So I literally bought a Sanwa JLF so I can mod the lever with a Sanwa JLF, and like I can't do it. You know, there's no 5-pin connector. And I also have like a 5-pin female to female harness or whatever it's called, and there's no way I'll be able to connect it. And I did try connecting it to the 8-pin by like, you know, forcefully putting it in, and it didn't work at all. Like some of the directions don't work, and some of the directions that do work, they don't really input the right direction. So for example, if I push down on the lever, it will input up, or if I push down, or if I push left, it'll also input up. And yeah, I'm just really disappointed, like, you know, that I can't mod it with a Sanwa JLF unless I solder it, but I don't really know how to do that, and I don't want to take the time to like learn how to solder and buy soldering tools or whatever. I might still be able to mod the buttons, that's for sure, but I wasn't really planning to mod the buttons. I was only planning to mod the lever with the Sanwa JLF, and I'm not able to do that because there's no 5-pin connector. So, you know, I'm just really disappointed. It could just be my unit, so, you know, maybe if you get yours, we'll get a 5-pin connector on the PCB. One thing to know, I did buy it on eBay instead of Amazon, so maybe if you order the stick on Amazon instead of eBay, you might get, you know, the right copy or whatever, because mine doesn't have the 5-pin, and I'm not sure why, because every other video or picture I've seen has the 5-pin on the PCB. So I'm just like, I'm really disappointed. And what else? So in the end, would I recommend this stick for a beginner? I would say yes and no, and the reason why I'm saying yes is because it's pretty decent for a beginner arcade stick, at least in my opinion. Like, if you're like a casual player who wants an arcade stick to play fighting games, then this stick is, I'd say it's pretty good. But if you're planning like to go competitive or to mod your arcade stick, if you're planning to mod it, just go for a different arcade stick like the F300 or F500, or just maybe even go into the used market, like maybe, you know, a used combo drone, or maybe like an 8-bit do if you want a wireless. But I'd say don't get the F101 for, you know, if you're going to mod it or if you're going to go competitive, because again, maybe you'll get the same copy or same problem that I have, where it doesn't have the 5-pin, unless you're gonna solder, obviously. But just go with the F300 or F500 if you're gonna mod it, or just save up for a better stick like an F300 Elite, which already has all Sanwa parts, and you know, it's just better in every way than just getting this. Even though this is the cheapest, you're gonna get what you pay for. So I'd say if you're gonna go mod, buy a different stick instead of this. Or if you're just a casual player, or you don't care about modding it or going competitive, then this stick is pretty good for, you know, a beginner.